Hey guys, and welcome to Phlearn. My name is Aaron Nace. You can find us on Twitter at Phlearn. We got a really cool segment for you today. It's a really quick segment, but we're going to be breaking down the lighting from one of our recent photo shoots, one of the killer shots, and telling you guys how we did every light and why we did what we did. Our location for this fashion shoot had an awesome vault in it. This is like, it used to be an old bank or something like that, and this huge vault with all this metal and reflective surfaces and all this, just a great place to kind of play around with lighting. And not only that, but it had like the bars from where like the vault was kind of like, you'd open the vault door and then there'd still be a barred door there. And anytime I see something like that, I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is a cool place to play with shadows. So I thought, okay, we're gonna play with shadows here, but we're also gonna start to play with colors. And I really kind of like wanted to bring in some like nice reds and then a complementary color like a nice cyan or a turquoise into the photo shoot. So that was like kind of the base of the shot, and then we built the lighting around that idea. So we just arrived here at the Bedford. We're setting up for a fashion shoot. Really, really cool. We've got a lot of really great pieces to work with here. We've got a giant vault door that we're actually going to be hopefully getting our model on the top of this. So we'll see what she sees about that. They're back in the back getting ready with the hair and the makeup and the wardrobe and everything like that. And while that's being done, we're out here kind of setting up all of our lighting and using people as like test or like, you know, stand-ins and things like that. So today's shoot, because we've got a lot of reflective surfaces like this, it's really nice to be able to play around with color. So we're popping in some like turquoise gels into this, which is just gonna like really make this kind of an interesting feel to it, something that you're not totally used to seeing. And then back in this back room, we're popping a red gel back in there. So we're getting a nice play of colors between the turquoise and the red. And the idea is to get our subject right up here and then pop a CTO gel basically right on her face to like help carve her out and help her skin tone look a little bit more natural. So kind of playing with gels, and these types of locations are perfect for that sort of thing because it's like, it's just kind of like a weird, like abstract shot, you know, like industrial shapes and pieces of metal and things like that. I wouldn't use as many gels for like a, you know, let's say I was shooting outdoors or in the woods or something like that. It doesn't seem to make as much sense, but in this setting, it could be believable that someone would actually use all those crazy colors for lighting. So that's what we're doing. Our first light was placed actually in the far room. It's not even in the same room that we're shooting in, and that's got 2 cuts of red gel on it. It's bare bulb and it's shooting at about half power. So it's really lighting that room up nice and red, which creates a really interesting accent in the bottom left of this image. Not only that, but because it's bare bulb, it's creating really nice hard shadows that kind of like scrape across the bottom of the vault door where those bars are coming through. For a fill light and to balance the color, we added a nice turquoise into this image, and we're actually shooting into a parabolic reflector. So we taped some turquoise gels like right to the front of the parabolic reflector, and that's shooting about 10 feet back from the subject. So our light's hitting, you know, going through the turquoise, hitting the parabolic, and then shining out and like really lighting up all those really nice metal elements. So we've got the red playing with the turquoise, and that's a really good combination. But it's not so good with skin tones. Like, it makes an interesting image, but we need something to help out with the skin tones. So that's when we brought our third light in. The third light we use is an Einstein, and that's got a 7-inch reflector with a 30-degree spot grid. So it's gonna like really just beam right on our subject. We didn't want this lighting up the rest of our room because we wanna make sure the red and the turquoise really play in there. So this orange color is gonna help bring out the natural skin tone of our subject. You don't wanna point light generally like down from a downward angle. So even if someone's lying down, you want the light to be pointing at about the same angle as the sun would be. So she was lying down this way and the light was pointing this way as well. And that's got the CTO gel on it, which kind of like neutralized her skin tones. And that was shot at our same exposure as the camera. As far as power output goes for the lights, the CTO gelled light as well as the red light are the exact same, and we match those to the exposure of the camera. And then the fill light with the parabolic and the turquoise, that's about a 1.5 stops under, just bringing in those nice colors into the shadows. If you guys thought this was helpful, it's just a small taste of what you'll get in our latest Phlearn Pro tutorial, where we take each one of our shots and break the lighting down, explaining them just like this, showing the 3D modelings where we placed our lights, why we placed everything we did, so you guys can learn these things and recreate them for your own photo shoots. This Phlearn Pro Photoshop tutorial includes over 3.5 hours of awesome Photoshop. We take you through 3 different images from start all the way to finish, going through retouching, how to remove things you don't want, special effects, lighting, coloring, all these things to create these images from straight out of the camera to these amazing final images. Thanks again for coming behind the scenes, guys, and be sure to check out our latest Fashion Pro tutorial.